that taste that's fantastic. You've got a thirst to win. Only one soda gives you that extra oomph you need to be your best. Oomph Cola, packed with ginseng, taurine, and Pop Rocks. With the power of Pop Rocks and Cola combined, your stomach lining will be ripped apart by tiny pockets of carbon dioxide. But not before Sweet Victory, Oomph Cola, and Pop Rocks. The deadly soft drink with a taste that's fantastic. And we've gone full circle.
Full circle?
Full circle.
How so?
From Oomph Cola playing Fantastic Fest in 2019 to here we are in the future, 2024. And we're going to be covering the entire Fantastic Fest event.
As journalists. As online journalists.
Online journalists. I wonder what Bobby Heenan would think of that. He'd just like, don't call me an announcer. I'm a broadcast journalist. That's what we are. Shout out to the brain. But, dude, I can't. It's summer just flew by. And this was our big main event coming up. Was Fantastic Fest, and now we're how many days? We're less than 2 weeks away, right? We're right at 2 weeks.
That's live, pal.
That's
yeah.
live. 2 weeks.
How many days? 14. Weeks. Exactly 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly 2 weeks.
It's wild, and I think that we were just looking at the schedule here right before we went live, and like, are you just like blown away with how much content they're throwing out?
It's an incredible amount. I had like really no idea. Well, you know, because it's a theater. Alamo Drafthouse, South of Moore.
Right, we're there like multiple times a month.
Yeah, all the time, and it's just like they're gonna pack over 81 movies in there,
83.
Right? 83 movies, like
83 movies in 7 days.
Oh man. And then when we were going through the schedule, and I noticed that there's going to be films that are screening multiple times on multiple screens, but it's like from dusk till dawn, we're going to be watching movies.
We're going to go through it here for the if you're watching, you've never been to Fantastic Fest, we're going to break it down. Yeah. The whole process.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I like outside of Austin, and to me, like now being here, this is the festival you really want to. Like anybody outside of Austin, right? That's kind of like saying, oh, you go to 6th Street, oh, you go to ACL, or you go to South by Southwest. That's what you think of films when you're not in Austin.
Right.
When you are in Austin, the cool people go to Fantastic Fest.
Yes.
100%.
By
right?
cool people, you mean us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that, well, like, again, this is the thing. This is like, when I first moved to Austin, it was all because, partially, like 50% of it was because of Alamo Drafthouse. Like, Alamo Drafthouse existed in Austin, and you would read about it online. It's like, I want to go to this place.
I want to go to there.
Yeah. It's like, you would read the postings. It's like they just had screenings of Evil Dead 2, and Bruce Campbell was here hanging out with everybody, and you see that stuff, and it's like, oh, man, I want to go to there and have beers there at this place. It was like John Travolta talked about it in Pulp Fiction by getting a glass of beer at a movie theater, but it wasn't a thing.
No, it wasn't.
Until Alamo Drafthouse made it a thing.
And now
you get a glass of beer at McShooter's Bar in every AMC.
Now you can get a whiskey slushie
But it still doesn't taste the same as it does when you're at
Think
Alamo.
if it wasn't this is the influence of Alamo Drafthouse. Because of that, you can get a Jack Daniel's slushy at Cinemark.
That's unreal. And I was thinking about that too. I too, like when I moved to Austin in 2005, a lot of it had to do that back in the early 2Ks, and I'm online, going to Ain't It Cool News, and I'm reading about like Camp Hack and Slash and Rolling Road shows, and then Fantastic Fest is the big one. It's just like you knew about what Alamo was doing,
Yeah.
but this film festival kind of packs in everything that you've ever heard about Alamo into a week-long festival.
Exactly. And like just all bets are off. It's pretty much it's movie nerd Woodstock. For 7 days.
Yeah. I'm excited, man.
And this is, I mean, like, I know you've gone in partial versions before, but you're going to do the full meal deal this time.
Yeah.
Going all in.
Yeah, because as fun as that was, that was the pandy, that was lockdown, things were different, right?
Yeah.
And they were just like the random screenings kind of throughout the town, and it was great. But now it's all going to be here. We got stars, we got red carpets. Freaking John Wick premiered at Fantastic Fest.
It did?
That's crazy to think. That's obviously everyone knows the pandy. Yeah, I don't know what else. I guess that's what we call it. But I was asking you earlier, like, what are your? We're gonna start going through all the films, all the ones we're excited about, and some of the other events that we're excited about.
Right.
But I was asking you earlier, like, what are some of your early? Because this is not your first movie rodeo.
Well, no, it kind of started up when I had first gotten here, and I remember, like, it was small. You know what I mean? It wasn't the huge deal that it is now, where you have to buy badges in advance. You could get just day tickets, but I remember, I think it was Fantastic Fest 2, maybe, and it was casual. I remember not getting into George Romero's movie, but standing outside in front of Alamo South Lamar and just hanging out with him. You know what I mean?
What an incredible life experience!
Just
that
like
is, dude,
just
right?
like there in front of the theater, smoking cigarette. He's smoking Marlboro Reds.
Freaking George Romero just sitting outside the theater smoking.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope, man.
And like I've been sporadically through the years, and then you've been on, and you've done like the bumper contest. That was always a big staple of it, trying to get in there. But like, it's always something surprising. You know what I mean? It's programmed with purpose. It's really programmed for the movie nerds, the people that love it, and it's I don't know. I'm excited that you're going to get to go and experience it to the max this year.
And I feel like this is going to be the perennial event for us to do this, because next year is going to be the 20th anniversary of Fantastic Fest, which just blows my mind. But this year was ironically, I think the birth of this not only was just like us doing the bumper contest, and I remember I just did a run in like wrestling just to go and see it on the screen right there at the Highball, but it was actually last year that you were literally texting me the entire time, like, I can't believe you're not here. I can't believe you're not seeing
That
this.
wasn't last year. That was a couple years ago. But last time when it opened up.
Oh, when Terrifier 2 opened.
It was Terrifier 2.
Right.
Oh my God. Can you believe I passed on going to the Terrifier 2
That
premiere?
and knowing how much you love Terrifier 2.
I didn't know what it was at the time. I had heard of Terrifier. I'd never seen the first Terrifier. And it was I think Terrifier 2 was the midnight show. And Terrifier 2 is kind of long. It's like 2.5 hours. So I saw that on the midnight thing, and I think I had to work the next day, and I was just like, well, I can't stand for it. Even though I was standing in front as they were loading in the theaters, and I saw Chris Jericho go in there for the Terrifier premiere, and Darcy, the male girl from Joe Bob.
Wow.
But I just didn't go. I had a ticket and I gave it up. I was like, nah, I don't. It was like, oh, can you believe I said, oh, it's a slasher clown? I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. A 2.5 hour slasher clown movie, and like, of course, Now
you're freaking incredibly in love with it. I thought we had I thought I had the poster Gimmick.
It is. It's right there against the window there.
Oh, it is there. Oh yeah, right in front of me.
Yeah.
And now, I would say for us and maybe for Fantastic Fest, this is the main event. This is what we're.
They've got a clown circus theme going this year, and you've got America's favorite Psychotic clown. I'm sure we'll get a cameo. Let's. I'm sure this is to be clear, this is the world premiere.
Yeah, this world.
This is the first. This is the first showing of it anywhere.
Yeah.
Pretty excited.
I would say this is not only the world premiere, but the perfect place to premiere.
I don't know where else you would play it.
Because I've been here for premieres for movies that you're like, they were okay, at different events, but when they play in Austin, they play big. Like when we were talking about night 1, 11:40, going to see Terrifier 3, and then they're showing it again a few days later. We'll go through the schedule in a bit.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, cool, because we're probably going to need to see it again, because that first one's going to have a lot of like hooting and hollering and screaming and big like Road Warrior pops. I'm assuming.
Right? And that's going to be live, possibly, like I said, we'll have maybe some early morning screenings. We're going as press, so there might be an additional Terrifier screening.
A Terrifier for breakfast.
There you go. That's what's needed. You said, what did you say to your family when the trailer played in front of that movie the other day?
Yeah,
so you just can't, because Terrifier is a movie or a series of movies that you can't really recommend to people.
It's tough. You gotta you gotta have a code or something.
You can't just say you should see Terrifier.
Yeah, you can't just throw that out there.
Yeah,
because I was thinking about that, and I was just like, and I grew up with horror movies, like all around horror movies. It came up at a time where PG meant that you were going to see people getting bitten in half by sharks.
Right.
So I was kind of like, but we're watching this movie, and we'll say it was the AI movie, the Afraid movie, and then the Terrifier 3 trailer came out. I'm like, they're going to play this in front of AI? And then my son, I was there with him and his girlfriend, and then he's like, oh, I kind of want to see that. And I had that moment of just like, whoop. And I was like, now my dad's like, karma is right there, because I'm like, oh, wait, you want to see Terrifier?
Now, I have not seen the trailer, so is the trailer fantastic?
The trailer's incredible.
I got held off on the trailer.
And they do a really good job with the trailer of what your pet peeve with trailers is they don't really spoil that much.
Good.
Like Damien Leone, shout out to you. Like he came out, he's like, trust me, this trailer shows you nothing other than that this movie is coming.
I mean, I love this image so much.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like the movie has, I mean, obviously, like, the two were super indie, and this one's got a little bit of a bigger budget. You can just tell it looks bigger, it looks cleaner, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is definitely their biggest budget, their biggest swing, and I'm glad they played it. But yeah, there was just a split second, and I was like, wait a minute, they're like 20. I can't tell them no. But I'm like, okay, you know what we should do? I'm gonna call the Art the Clown hotline and just let's see if you can handle that.
Yeah.
And I did, and we talked about maybe calling that live on the air tonight, right? Just to
we could totally do that.
Yeah, right. I think we should do that. But I had no idea. The backstory for me was Terrifier is I kind of watched it in a different order, a little bit backwards, if you will, because you were just recommending on our Thanksgiving show Terrifier 2. I was like, man, I got to at least go back and watch Terrifier 1. I like to watch it somewhat in order if I could. And I did, man. And it was just like, and it was great. It was just like, wow, this is really good. But you saw the game kept getting stepped up. And then Terrifier 2 was like you said, it was the old 96er. Like you had a lot of steak to consume on there, and it blew me away. Then was lucky enough on shout out to Joe Bob the Last Drive-In, they showed All Hallows Eve,
right,
where Art the Clown was born, right? The character was born, and it was really good that the first and the third one, you can tell it was like an origin story, right? So you were more forgiving with it. But one thing that really still held up, and I told you about this, it was it was their Halloween show.
Yeah.
And the credits started rolling, and then the credits blew away, and then Art the Clown started looking at me.
Right.
Like he started looking at me, and there was just something about the way this was shot. And I don't know, you're the director. I don't know how that worked, but you know how some paintings, no matter where you go, the painting's looking at you? Somehow Art was with me, and for the first time in a long time in a horror movie, I was like scared. I'm like, let me just throw the light on real quick.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it felt like he was looking at me, and Art, quasi spoiler, there's a supernatural element to Art, and I'm like, and we just watched a short where he came through the TV, and now he's looking at me.
Right.
So I'm stoked for this. That now I feel like I'm all caught up, all the origin story, everything with Art, and now we're gonna get the big one is Terrifier 3, and this is the one that's gonna put him in the next I'm talking about Damien Leone and Art the Clown. It's going to put him in an upper echelon.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing so many Halloween, the Halloween stores. You're seeing Art the Clown stuff now.
Oh yeah,
and it's
they've got the animatronics at the Spirit store.
Exactly, Spirit of Halloween. They're showing the animatronics now,
and like these types of like. It just continues to grow, like sort of the because every person who comes in there, everyone knows who Freddy is, Jason, yada yada.
Yeah,
they see the Art the Clown, they're like, who is this? And it just opens up that whole world to everyone else, and everyone who sees the thing about that the Terrifier movies is like you see it, it's like, and not to say that they're bad in any way, they're fantastic and genius, but it's like when you taste something and it's like this tastes bad. You taste this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And you immediately want someone else to watch it to understand what they think.
Yeah, to absorb it, just to feel it, like that SNL gimmick. Oh, there's a nail in this chair. Sit on this and feel this.
Tell me how this feels, because it's like I told you, like when you started watching Terrifier 1, I was like, this has the most graphic, most disturbing slasher kill in any movie I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah.
And it does, and we can't even say it.
No, but I did explain it to my son's girlfriend, and she started going, no, stop, okay, stop. And I'm like, oh my God, there's going to be so many people in the theaters that are going to be popping.
That's the appropriate reaction.
That's how it should be.
What's so great about this movie too is like Damien Leone is a fan. He understands what these movies are, and he understands when to sort of like buck the conventions of this type of film,
Yeah, I mean, it is a slasher. Like they're trying to explain it to like, how is this different than like other slashers? And it really is, because you can say it's a slasher movie, and then they have a killer clown in there, or he's a mime. Like, how is it different? But it just feels different. Like you can't always put your finger on it on why it's different, but it is different.
Yeah,
it feels like it can be a little bit more, there's like realism to it. Like our buddy Mike Kralax, when he's on here, he's like, it's what's terrifying about Art the Clown is because Art the Clown could show up at Denny's at 2 a.m. and order the steak and then lick the plate.
Right.
And it's just like in real life, like right now this can happen. I was like, oh wow,
yes,
there's just something to that.
And the thing is, it's good you called it out, but it's important to know he's not a clown, he's a mime.
He's a mime.
He is a clown, but he's a mime. And he never breaks his gimmick, where he's always having a great time.
Yeah, the gimmick never shakes.
He's always laughing. He's enjoying what he's doing every time. Every kill is like a joke to him.
Yeah, it's unreal. Do you want to call him? Should we call him?
Oh wait, well let me see. Are you connected to the thing? You got to connect to the B2A thing.
Okay,
we should have done it before the show, but I forgot.
Yeah, I completely forgot that we're going to do it, but we're going to do it right now.
All right, connect to the B2A thing.
B2A. Just put that sucker, broadcast it out there. Oh, you do have a Bluetooth that's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu nearby? B2A2, correct, Amundo?
Yeah.
If you're at home, do not connect. I'm trying to currently connect. If you're outside Dos Incredible Studios, do not connect.
We have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in yours?
I don't know. There's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Bluetooth thing. I can only imagine. We've seen some strange Bluetooth broadcast around your house.
Oh, yeah.
And, around the studio. All right. I am connected officially.
Are connected, so it should be coming through on the Incredibletron.
All right. Here we go. We are calling Art the Clown, who we're going to see next week. Oh, I thought I can copy and paste. Okay, I'll just dial it manually because we don't even have to hide this number. 772.
I don't hear the dings. Are you sure you're connected?
Yeah, let me kill this other. I did a little test audio. I don't know if you heard that.
I'm not hearing anything come through.
No.
It will come through your headphones when it's working.
The YouTube video part. Tell me if you hear this. if you're outside Dos Incredible Studios. I hear that in my cups.
We have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in yours?
I don't know. There's a. You hear that?
Oh, you're playing back the show.
Yeah.
In real time. You're freaking me out. Stop what you're doing. Okay, so it's working. It's working.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, 8. So 8, 2, 7. I think it stands for it's like Terror Fire. 7, 4, 3, 9. Here we go.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
What?
Please check the number and dial again.
Let's
Did you
check
do the area code?
I did. 772. Maybe I don't need a 1.
So we're calling the Art the Clown hotline. Let me see if I can pull up the video of what
7439. I'm going to try one more time without the 1. Here we go. It's on. We're connected.
Is that it?
I don't know. It still says we're still connected. I mean, I guess he's a mime, so he could be miming us right now and we wouldn't know it. Was that me or is that you?
No, that's me.
Okay. Hello, Art. Are you there?
I think it was just...
It was just honking.
So here's the hotline right here. I got it up for a second. Call it again. Let's do it again.
All right, let's do a redial here.
Okay.
Oh. Anthony, just be careful down there. I know you're in Florida. I don't know how close you are to Port St. Lucie, but that's what the number is showing up as. So just be careful down there. All right, here we go. Art the Clown.
So he's just honking the horn.
What's scaring me is just our buddy Anthony's down there, and he said he's traveling around there right now. And this is exactly what Art the Clown would do in the movie, man. And then we'd be like, "Get out of the seedy hotel, Anthony! Get out of the seedy hotel!" Oh man, you know what's crazy too is about Damien Leone is him being from Staten Island, a very crowded, very hustle and bustle, very busy part of not only New York but of the country. But this kind of feels a little bit more Midwestern, right? Very home, he's coming to kind of destroy Art the Clown. That is destroy a Midwest family, they're just a regular family.
Yeah.
But you don't pick dude, when you're in Staten Island, everything is just you automatically start pulling your shoulders in, right? Everything just feels crowded.
Right.
So you don't get but he doesn't lean into that claustrophobic horror. It's Midwestern. But what's scarier, right? If you're in a crowded and you have to navigate, or if you're wide open and you got to run for your life and there's nothing around.
Right.
So I feel like that's a style choice.
Well, that also, the whole East Coast slasher genre has a vibe. Basket Case and Maniac, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's got that whole living in New York, that additional layer of New York.
Yeah, that's
on
a character,
top of the
right?
Slasher, yeah.
That is 100% character. But yeah, that to us is the main event. But do you want to go through some of the other films? You got anything more you want to spill about Terrifier 3?
No, I'm ready for Terrifier 3.
Stay strong, dude, because now you're literally only 14 days away.
I know. I have
to not see the trailer.
I have a high quality version of the trailer in our inbox that we got sent.
I know, and it's so hard for you not to.
I'm just oh wow, I want to see this.
But
I'm afraid it might get fed to me at a theater before then, and if that's the case, that's fair game. But I'm not going to watch it on the.
Yeah, if you see it in the wild. But man, I turned off all the lights. I played it on the big screen. It did look nice.
Yeah.
But so there's only a couple of movies. You and I, again, we're at the movies minimum once a week. What movies are you going to be seeing that there's a chance that you're going to be seeing this out in the wild? They're not going to play it in front of Beetlejuice.
Maybe not.
Maybe
but they
not.
might. But they might. I don't know. They might play it at Alamo Drafthouse.
You're right. Maybe they would play it in front of.
How graphic is the trailer? I have not.
No, it's not. It's not very graphic. I think I maybe.
Did you watch the naughty version?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I saw the one that they played at Alamo.
If you look in that link that got sent to us by what those people is, there's the naughty version.
Okay, maybe we do need it. No, it was not the Red Band trailer. Well, I'm already in, so I think I'm gonna.
I know it's right. It's like
watch.
I don't need any. Like I don't need. Like I haven't seen the trailer for that SNL movie either because I'm like I know I'm going to watch that.
Oh yeah, that looks really good.
But,
There was a part of me, and well, we could start with that spot if you want. I kind of like so. Alamo Drafthouse and now Fantastic Fest, I think, is always famous for their secret screenings, and they're doing a little bit of a contest of trying to figure out if you can guess what the secret screening is going to be. There's 5 secret screenings here, and it's funny. And the only reason I bring this up because that was going to be one of my guesses for the secret screening. What was going to be Saturday night? I thought
it's a possibility.
I thought they might show that because, I mean, it's. Look, their studio. This is what's cool about Fantastic Fest is it still stays to its roots, and you can get the homegrown film, and there's still some studios that are there, but they're not messing with the vibe. It's not like studios aren't welcome. Just don't bring your nonsense, and they don't. They kind of like they let Fantastic Fest breathe. You gotta let it breathe.
Yeah.
So. I know that one's kind of in the middle, but that was going to be one of my guesses of one film that they might show.
That's not a bad guess. I'm thinking one of them is going to be this movie that I heard about called Night Bitch.
Oh, what Amy Adams turns to a dog?
Amy Adams is turning into a dog?
That is wild. I just saw the trailer for that, too.
I think that's a possibility. That's probably a high probability. I also think we might get Smile 2 snuck in there.
Yeah, because the OG Smile also premiered at Fantastic Fest, right? And I think that's why it just popped. So,
they did a huge push for Smile. Like I told you they were giving away toothbrushes and stuff.
Yeah.
They had a big display, but I think one of them could be Smile. It might get snuck in there as a preview.
I'm excited about Smile. I enjoyed Smile. I don't think the ending could have been. They could have stuck the ending a little bit better. But that being said. They could repair that depending on what they do with this second one.
Well, whatever it was, people dug it, so like they're into it, so it's happening again.
It had one of the best viral campaigns there is. Like I will never forget watching a baseball game and somebody sitting directly in camera view, just sitting there smiling the whole time, and then it just all of a sudden hit you that it was just like the Smile Demon, where they were doing marketing in the baseball game. I was like, that's great.
That's good.
Dude, there's so many. Like they should hire us as marketers. We should be in the running because one of my favorite things is like your anti-trailer stance. Kind of like opened my eyes because the trailer is part of the movie experience for me. So I think it's important. But trailers have evolved to the point where they show too much. There's too much, and then we hear with Deadpool and we learned with Beetlejuice that they're just doing like these small little campaigns that are still getting you excited about the movie without ruining the movie.
Yeah, exactly. And folks knew that back in the day. It used to be Alfred Hitchcock would just stand in front of the camera and be like, I made a new movie. It's about birds or whatever. You should come watch it. And that was enough. That's all people had to hear.
You're right. He would just walk right out. Bluetooth thing. Oh, sorry.
What?
Oh, I accidentally hit unmute on my phone and we started hearing ourselves talk. But so we have Saturday night, we have Night Bitch, and we have Smile 2.
That's so
those
far.
Are 3 solid. Like I feel like all 3 of those are very big possibilities. Because shout out to Night Bitch, what a great title.
That is a great title.
I love that title.
Yeah.
Like I'm still not entirely sure the premise because I'm like when you watched. I don't know if you didn't watch the trailer, but I saw it in the wild, so it was fair game.
Fair game.
But like, it gave me a Teen Wolf vibe.
It felt comedic.
It felt a little comedic, but also a little dark comedy-ish. But I got a Teen Wolf vibe. But there was also a doggy style scene that they showed in the trailer.
Okay.
But it happened so fast. Now everybody was fully clothed, but you knew what was happening, and I'm like, oh wow. But I mean, I just the title alone is just like that's enough to get people.
I'm in it just for the title. If you call your movie Night Bitch, whatever it is, I'm gonna watch it. I don't give it's on Tubi, if it's at the theater, whatever. Just
man.
based on the title, I'm in. And you've got Amy Adams. She's great and everything. So
Yeah, that's going to be good. So fingers crossed for one of those or all of those in a.
And
in a
aside
sequel
from that,
screening.
like I don't know. Like I think it's been my experience that it's like they're not all going to be studio previews. There's going to be some weird things that get thrown in there, and just
Right.
like here's a VHS tape I found at a thrift store of something. You know what I mean? Like it's a mix up. But that's part of the fun. You know what I mean?
What
and then like you'll hear. I remember going to one of the Fantastic Fests, and one of the secret screening was There Will Be Blood, and I didn't get in. I was like, oh man, I want to see There Will Be Blood. That's awesome. And it was way early, like months and months before it came out.
Really?
But I did go to like the after party of whatever happened that night, and Paul Thomas Anderson was there at the party,
That's so.
just hanging out, like talking. Like he was like I've heard he's like an eccentric dude. You know what I mean? Like he just kind of like whatever. But yeah, he was all just like in like a super wrinkled dress shirt. You know what I mean? That was 4 sizes too big. It was like a 4X shirt.
Like a pirate
And he was
shirt.
just sitting there having beer, talking with like some of the other film dudes, you know, the critics.
Dude, that's what's great about Austin. Like, look, and I've been to the Alamos in like New York City, and you're just there. But like, we went to one of the screenings, and then you're like, oh look, it's the guy who directed Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And he's just like sitting there, like somebody who just walked into the movie. I feel like that happens in Austin all the time.
Yeah, no,
right?
Yeah, especially if you're in the Alamo Draft House kind of circle, you know.
Yeah, I
Or if
mean,
you-
now granted, you see that happen in LA a lot, but I mean, for it to happen in, I've had more of those run-in moments in Austin than I did in New York.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome that I feel like clearly now it's going to be this, because I will give you one spoiler on the Terrifier 3 trailer is Chris Jericho was in it like 3 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
We'll definitely see. He's definitely going to be making an appearance. that
yeah, I
first
think
night.
he's going to be.
There's just no way.
I mean, our buddy Randall Reeder, like, he's always good luck. Like, if you notice, every film he is, no matter how big or small the role is, he makes the trailer.
I got $10. Says Jericho sings with Max Sabbath.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's gonna be great. Because wasn't Fozzy? Didn't they start off as Fozzy Osbourne?
Did they? I don't know.
Yeah, they started off as Fozzy Osbourne, and they were
wow.
a tribute band. And now Judas has like how many? Like 10 million streams. But by the way, he stopped singing it, but that song still holds up. It's
Yeah.
still like if it comes on, It brings us back to a very special time
Yeah.
in his career. And then when he played it at the Drive-In Jamboree last year, I mean, it still holds up really, really well. So I'm not surprised.
For sure.
It's still streaming that well. So, yeah, Jericho's going to be there. Darcy the Mail Girl, Last Drive-In is going to
Guarantee
be
it.
there.
Guarantee it.
Yeah.
That first
She's
night should
psyched.
be. Like I'm telling you, we'll like I said, we'll go through the schedule, but just that first night seems so huge.
Yeah. It packs a lot. So you want to jump in now? Let's just jump in some of these films here.
What else were you? What are some of those stuff you're looking to forward to seeing?
So let's go to the first one because this is technically the opening night premiere, and it was a movie that I never heard of. But we've had a couple spots about him on this show. But you're going to have John Lithgow making an appearance in a film that's called The Rule of Jenny Penn. And it also has Jeffrey Rush, directed by James Ashcroft. But here's, dude, the premise. Look how psycho, like, remember when I was like...
I love Psycho John Lithgow. And like,
Dude, yeah, and that's what was funny. Like, you and JJ were just like, he started as a heel. What are you talking about? Because I just had watched a bunch of Daddy Home 2 screenings.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, he's just that great
You
of an
just
actor.
remember from Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, exactly. Go! Go! He was such a
That
baby.
is a pretty heel scene, by the way. So I mean, you know,
Yeah, it is.
like you can't pull that off unless you've been a serial killer in 4 Brian De Palma movies.
Right. But listen to this premise. So, confined to a secluded rest home and trapped within his stroke-ridden body, a former judge must stop an elderly psychopath who employs a child puppet to abuse the home's residents with deadly consequences.
What does that mean? Employs? He pays the puppet?
I don't know if he pays it or if it's like if he's doing like a Tony gimmick that I'm not abusing these people. The puppet is.
Well, this is a big movie. This has 3 screenings.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's playing Thursday, Friday, and Tuesday.
Oh, man.
So I guess, but I mean, I think we were going through the schedule, and I think this is the curtain jerk here.
Right, yeah. In pro wrestling, I was going to say, we'll speak in pro wrestling terms. This is the curtain jerk that it has 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 5 screenings on day 1.
Yeah.
5 screenings on day 1. So to me, that's like right out of the gate that you get. I feel like I haven't seen John Lithgow in a while. I think he was in the show with Jeff Bridges, like The Old Man. Maybe he was in there.
The last thing I remember him from is the Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah, yep, he was in that.
And I mean, and this is playing against 2 other movies, by the way. So these other movies, who knows? The Cloud and Plastic Guns. That's it. Like you said, that's the thing about Fantastic Fest is you've got to make decisions.
You didn't tell me that speaking of movies, that we were going to have to make Sophie's Choice every night.
Every day.
Every day.
So you
and
got
every
the
night.
rule of Jenny Penn here playing on 5 screens, and you got Cloud and Plastic Guns. These are all the curtain jerks, but you got to choose. Make a choice.
Make your choice. Choose wisely. And this is available at fantasticfest.com. You can actually go there, clip film guide, and you can see this schedule if you want to follow along at home, that it's there. And I love that they put themes with it. Like, if you want to search puppets, thrillers, catheters, camp, then The Rule of Jenny Penn is your movie. Where Cloud is cinephiles, home, horror, existential dread. And then you got Comedy Can, Cinephiles, Mistaken Identity, Random Dance Party for
what are you reading?
Plastic Guns. That is like the keywords that are married to these movies.
Oh, right.
So if you just go to the top, they have this handy little guide that you can just click. This type of movie. It's just like, I'm kind of into catheters. Let's click how many movies they have that, and it'll bring all the movies up that are about that. So it's pretty cool, but I'm excited. I need to see John Lithgow, and I have a feeling this feels like a movie that can get some steam, like outside of Fantastic Fest, because there's some films, and we know that with every festival, right? They play the festival circuit, and then you never see them again. I feel like this one, right? Could this be something that kind of resurrects them?
This will be something. I mean, these movies are not on the lower tier of indie film. They're all probably on the cusp of being big directors, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is probably already set to stream somewhere. I mean, it's from New Zealand, so it makes me think this is like some sort of thing that's already like pre-sold. But
it's already a lock.
Yeah. But I mean, John Lithgow's a draw. You have a star like that, your movie's going to get it.
Yeah, Jeffrey Rush and John Lithgow.
Jeffrey Rush and John Lithgow, that's like an Oscar movie.
Yeah, you're in.
Okay, this is a catheter Oscar movie. So just tune in, just watch. A catheters and puppets.
Yeah,
and John Lithgow.
That's all you need.
So I mean, just let it go.
Shoot, that's all you had to say. All right, so we'll ping pong back and forth. So what's one of the movies you're excited? We already talked about Terrifier 3. I think that's both of our main events. Yeah. But what's another film you're excited about?
Well, I want to see this movie. There's a movie called Heavier Trip.
Yeah.
Which is a sequel to a movie called Heavy Trip, which if you can find it, I recommend. It's out there. Like, it's on Tubi, it's on Amazon sometimes. And it was like this, it's like this whole sort of like I don't want to say Spinal Tap type joint, but it's about a black metal band trying to like cut a record. And it's like, exactly the vibe, but it's like so charming and so cool the way they kind of like get their it's this whole story about trying to perform at this like black metal festival somewhere in Norway. You see right here, you've got our guy. I saw it years ago. I think I saw it right after it played at Fantastic Fest, but they made a sequel, and I do want to see this. If you get a chance, if you are like looking for something to watch between now and then, you can find Heavier Trip. I think you should just give it a watch.
Find Heavy Trip.
Yeah.
The band, if you're wondering at home, the name of the band is Impaled Rectum.
Impaled Rectum, yeah, is the name of the band. There's this scene where they're like trying to take a photo for their album cover, and nobody has a camera. You never think people have cameras, but nobody has a good camera. But like they're using like the Speed Trap camera to do a photo. And it's so great. It's like the Bad News Bears but black metal.
Oh man, that is the pitch again. If you're
The
a
black
marketer,
metal bears.
if you're a marketer, give us a call. We got stuff for you. Because if you would have just said, that's all you needed to tell me. It's a black metal man, but it's like meets Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
So that would be one, like, being, I doubt you'll need to see the original to enjoy the sequel, but like if you're looking for something to watch now between then, you might want to squeeze it in so you can enjoy the sequel.
And we have the same director and writers coming back too, so it looks like
It's always a good sign.
yeah, that's a very good sign. By the way, I'm surprised neither one of us guessed for Joker Adieu being one of the secret
I
screenings.
don't think that'll play.
I think it already dropped right in Venice.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe it would. That would blow the roof off the place, though.
Oh yeah.
If you got into the screening and it was Joker, that would rip every. It doesn't come out to December though.
No, it comes out in a month from today.
So maybe it could be. I wonder how.
Because it'll be 2 weeks before.
I don't want to
it's
get
over.
into a Joker discussion because I don't want to talk because I have thoughts on that movie, but I wonder if they're confident enough in that movie to actually play it in front of a bunch of black t-shirted nerds.
That's got to take confidence.
Yeah.
We'll have to make a choice too because we're actually flying out. Well, the Joe Bob's Jamboree and Joker drops that Thursday, and then that Thursday night. I'm taking that late flight for that Jamboree, so it's going to be a couple of days. If you don't squeeze it in before then, and then by then the reviews are going to start creeping in, and I don't want that to paint anything, because all I need right now is I see Lady Gaga going. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll watch. I just want because she did that. That's all I need.
We'll see. But yeah, I don't want to get into a Joker discussion here, but like, yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that might be one of that. But what we do,
I think that's a big swing, but maybe.
But one big movie that's not actually a secret screening, but it's a very wide screening, and I'm actually surprised because I've seen the trailer for this multiple times, and I had no idea it was going to be screening here first. Is the new Halle Berry horror movie Never Let Go.
With Halle F. and Berry in attendance.
Halle Berry, my favorite flavor of berry. She's got to be there.
No, she's gonna be there, dude.
She's 100%, right?
So we'll be on the red carpet doing coverage, and you'll be on the stick. So
she'll be right there.
So you're gonna get an interview
in all her glory.
Work on those Halle Berry questions.
Yeah, I'm still a huge.
Don't ask her about Catwoman. No. Ask her about.
She's actually she is very kind to Catwoman right now. She thinks people were unkind to it, and she'd like to see a sequel, and she would direct it.
Yeah.
So
I was bummed she wasn't in John Wick 4.
Yeah, she was great in John Wick 3 with her dog. Yeah.
But we're gonna. What is it called again? Never
it's
Let Go.
It's called Never Let Go.
Directed by Andre Aja, who did Crawl.
Yeah, and we love Crawl here. We are big fans of Crawl.
So this will be the screening right before Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a huge night that night. But
it's going to be a huge night. Yeah, a lot of energy drinks. So if you're an energy drink out there and you want to sponsor us, we'll wear a patch and we'll guzzle them all night long. But let me just give the premise here to make this official. A family consisting of a mother and her twin sons has suffered from the torment of a malicious spirit for many years. However, when one of the boys starts to doubt the existence of the evil, the family's sacred bond is broken, leading to a dangerous fight for survival. And by bond, they're talking about, so I don't know if you saw the gimmick on this movie is...
I have seen it, yeah.
They're rope tied around their waist, right? So they can't go too far from the house. So that seems to be, you had Birdcage, you had...
Bird Box,
right? Oh, and Birdcage is
Birdcage
Nathan Lane.
That's Nathan Lane and Robin Williams.
Bird Box, right? And then you had Quiet Place. Like they're just really doing to lean in it. So that's the vibe you get, and that's a good company to be in. That if that is going to be the genre, even the Watchers, to a sense, like it tried to do this, but I feel like you have Halle Berry in here. You got some pedigree, and Alexander Aja, man. I think he's great. We're getting a Crawl 2, by the way. Did you know that?
I did know that, yeah.
We are going to get a Crawl 2. But to have him kind of having Halle Berry at his fingertips to puppeteer it. And look, she still looks fantastic.
Calm down.
She's still, I know, I'm just a huge mark.
Calm down.
I just need to chill, man.
I'm going to need you to conduct a civilized interview.
That's right. Remember, a broadcast journalist.
We're broadcast journalists.
But I kind of like the vibe he's going to create, right? Because remember the movie that, and he wasn't the director, but he wrote it, P2? The parking garage movie?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it has. So that was in 2007, but he wrote that one. But they were going for that same, like, he creates an ambiance, and he did that with Crawl too, right? You felt the vibe of what he's creating. So I like even just watching the trailer and the way she was delivering everything, dude. I think this has got a chance to be a solid win you over movie.
I'm into it. I mean, look, they put this as their opening night premiere movie, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
and
they obviously have. It's got to be a banger.
And I was a little bit worried that they were going to make us make Sophie's Choice on this, right? But I don't.
I was worried about that. Yeah.
Do you think I don't think they're competing with anything, right? Is she competing with? And I know it's in multiple screens.
I mean, there'll probably be something that plays against Ghost Killer, which is a martial arts movie.
Oh, Ghost Killer looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, Ghost Killer does look good.
Now, mind you, on I would probably be more apt to go watch Ghost Killer.
Yeah.
Because I know that Never Let You Go is going to play in the cinema in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But
I get that.
as a journalist, it's our responsibility to be there to cover the Andrew Aja and Halle Berry being there.
Yeah. That is going to be important. And
Yeah.
as a cyber stalker, Ghost Killer is going to be playing Wednesday as well at 2:00 in the afternoon, so we might be able to get that again. But that also does look really cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll go to the big studio premiere opening night. Why not?
I feel like it's we have to like just to kind of prime the pipes,
Right.
Like just go out swinging, like Rule of Jenny Penn, Never Let Go, and then we're gonna party before we get to Artie.
That's solid.
Yeah, that's the way to go. All right.
But no, wait. Talk about the party here real quick. Show them on screen what's going to happen here.
Yes, Max Sabbath is in the house, dude. That's so cool.
So we got a Black Sabbath cover band that performs as the McDonald's characters.
Yeah.
Max Sabbath will be there.
So you got Mayor McCheese looking badass on guitar. You got Grimace on bass. You got Hamburger on drums behind there, and then you got Psycho Ronald McDonald. I mean, you can't, like, for them going for a circus vibe and debuting Terrifier 3 with Art the Clown, Max Sabbath is what you call perfect booking.
Yeah.
Perfect booking, chef's kiss.
So we'll get a little bit of Max Sabbath. And here's the thing,
Nice
is like,
grab.
mind you, this is my experience. Things will get off schedule really fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like before you know it, like everything is starting 30 minutes late. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, between Halle Berry, Max Sabbath, and Terrifier 3,
On
that's a
night
pretty
one.
loaded opening night.
Oh man, I can't wait. 2 weeks. All right, what do you got next that you're cooking up that you want to see?
Let me see what I got. Oh, I want to see. Well, obviously, I think we both want to see this one, but I definitely want to see Michael Jai White's To Be Original.
To Be Original.
Now, I mean, is it weird to think to myself, it's like, why do I want to go see a movie at the theater that's going to be on Tubi soon on a free app? I say because this is like this is your only opportunity to watch a movie like this with a crowd that gives a shit.
Yeah.
Okay, the crowd's going to be hot for Michael Jai White.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
You know, and to me, he's like one of the best martial artists, film martial artists out there, and he's a shooter. He's legit.
Yeah, no joke.
You know, and if you watch some of his other stuff like Blood and Bone, and he was in the first Undisputed, whatever this is, the title has me at Don't Mess with Gramble. I'm in already at that. And you got Michael Jai White. Did I ever tell you my Michael Jai White story?
I don't know, but let's say it.
I was at Sundance Film Festival for whatever reason, and it was one of those parties. As for some reason, Sundance would just give away fucking like lager beer and French fries. That's what they were giving out. and they just put them out, whatever. And I remember I just reached out to grab. There was only like one beer left. And I was like, let me go grab this beer. Put my hand out, and another hand came at the same time. We both went for the beer, and I looked, and it was Michael Jai White that was also reaching for the beer. Yeah, so then it was just like at that moment, I just like, no, I don't want it. I'm caved. Take the beer, Michael Jai White. I'll wait for the next one.
Did he give you a pat or a thumbs up or anything on that?
I know it was kind of an awkward interchange, but I was like, "You take it." I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he had a movie attendance or what, but
oh, that's awesome.
Life of an actor.
Yeah.
I love those. I'm in for don't mess with grandma, because you won't. Whatever, this movie probably is not going to be earth shattering or win any Oscars, but because of where they're showing it, you're going to get an experience that you won't ever be able to replicate.
That's what I love, man. And, Triple H in wrestling, he calls it chasing the dragon, right? When you get these pops,
yeah,
there's a film version of that as somebody in the audience, and I think the actors feel it too. Like, they're just so excited. They want to hear big reactions in the theater. Like, it's okay to laugh during the movie. Like, don't talk during the movie, but laugh or scream at the right stuff. And I mean, ever since I think the world experienced it with Avengers Endgame, and then we were chasing the dragon, hoping for the next Marvel, and they couldn't do it a lot.
Right.
But in Austin, you get the benefit of a movie like Don't Mess with Grandma that the audience is going to be popping.
Right.
And that's a great feeling. I think that's where Bruce Campbell, always enjoys his screenings here too.
Yeah.
Because he gets those reactions, and man, you just can't. I mean, I can tell you in wrestling, when you feel that, there's like nothing like it.
Yeah.
And then and the more people doing it, the better off it is. And that's where you get those filmmakers sneaking into screenings to hear people doing it. So I think that is going to make seeing Don't Mess with Grandma worth it. And then also seeing Billy Zane, who's unrecognizable here.
He's unrecognizable, yeah, in the trailer, yeah.
And it's really cool. It's like, how would you describe it? It's just like Die Hard at Grandma's house. Because it's going to be really fun.
Again, I don't need more than the title and the star.
Yeah.
Don't Mess with the Grandma starring Michael Jai White, and I'm in at that point already.
You're a Tubi guy too. You're a big Tubi guy.
We're all going to be Tubi guys.
Yeah.
We're going to be Tubi guys soon.
I'm all in. Let's Tubi it
about
up.
to become a full-time Tubi filmmaker, and that'll be the new career.
Yeah. No, I see nothing wrong with that plan.
Anyway,
yeah.
What else you got?
So, we're our fans of our Terror Tuesday here, put on by our buddy Joe. He usually is the MC for the America Genre Film Archive, and I had no idea that there would be movies from 1970 that would be premiering here. I'm a mark for this stuff. I love the old stuff. That's what's great about, Shudder and Joe Bob and seeing these. And there's a movie that they restored from 1970 called Carnival of Blood. And man, the immediate vibe I got was the movie that I never heard about that you were talking about George Romero earlier, right? With the Funhouse. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, wow. So it's going to show a movie from I was like, is it really from 1970? But it is. It's a 1970 American horror film written and directed by Leonard Kurtzman, starring Earl Edgerton, Judith Resnick, and Burt Young. Then that was Burt Young in his feature film, freaking Paulie.
So you've never seen this?
No.
So what draws you in about this?
There's just something about a horror movie in a carnival creep show. I mean, with the vibe, and like you said, that Terror Tuesday vibe, that's just like, okay, I'm in. Like, what did you restore in the 70s? Like, I feel like we're seeing like a hidden gem. Like, hey, I found this tape in my parents' drawer. Do you want to watch it? It's like, yeah, I want to watch that. Put that sucker in. Let's see what it's out. So there's just something about it. But if it follows a serial unaliver murdering patrons in a small town carnival. And look at that picture that you found there. I mean, doesn't that give you like Chuck Connor's tourist trap vibes? I mean, Terror Train.
Got Paulie here.
Look at Paulie. Are you kidding me? It's like, this is going to be great.
And some questionable makeup.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
But I trust Joe. I trust Joe. Everything that he's said. What do you think? And the cool thing about the Genre Film Archive, if you ever been to one of these screenings, he stands by his work. And that's, again, another place, like, if you want to get people popping for films, this is where it's to go. And, they're doing they're doing important work of restoring and saving these films that are just going to dissolve away. You only hear about Martin Scorsese doing it. You don't hear about these guys doing that.
And so I don't think folks understand that that could even be the case, because everybody it just assumes that everything is somewhere on digital or it's on Netflix or it's on YouTube and it exists. But like movies used to just exist as a real film, and if that movie has not been preserved, it just disappears.
Yeah.
There's lots of movies that just disappeared. They're gone.
That's sad. And, there's got to be some good ones. And especially some of the ones that are just, you have people, like, putting out pleas. Like, if you're one of those people that just press record on your VCR all day to record stuff, give us a call. You might have something we need.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how some of those movies were saved, which is terrifying. So I don't know. It's just really...
So when's Carnival of Blood playing?
Carnival of Blood will be playing... only Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it feels like a good late lunch movie.
Sure.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's in Coney Island. We were just talking about how an area could be a character in a film. I mean, Coney Island. I mean, Coney Island. That was the island that was in the Warriors. Of course, everyone's going to know Coney Island, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you get the carnival there too. I think it's going to just create a cool vibe. But it's called Pop Art Gore that would make H.G. Lewis proud in a gloriously seedy atmosphere. So I have a feeling we're going to see Burt Young looking like he was in Maniac. Like, I feel like this might be a Maniac at a carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that 70s East Coast horror.
Yeah, that's what it's
It's just got its own vibe.
It is. It's its own thing. But they're calling it a precursor to Toby Hooper's The Funhouse. But yeah. But we're only getting one swing at this, but it's an ominous snapshot of a post-Manson angst in America.
Okay. All right.
So I'm in. 88 minutes. That's all we need.
That'll do.
Some of them are going to be quickies, man. And we know we like our quickies, especially here as far as like when we got to boom, boom, and go on to the next one. I love that stuff. Like 88 minutes? Cool. Tell me the story.
There's so many films that are showing that even as we're talking, aside from the ones I've picked, I just see stuff that's, I didn't see this. This also looks good.
Oh, there's another one in there? Do it live.
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, this looks good. I want to see this. I'm a fan of Joseph Kahn, his stuff. He's got a movie called Ick. Oh wait, it's a little cropped here, but it's called Ick. I'm not sure.
Oh, Ick?
Yeah, Joseph Kahn's breakneck sci-fi satire. High school science teacher Brendan Ruth, Superman, does battle with a parasitic alien entity as well as the apathy of a small town it has been gradually absorbing. So this is like a more of a modern day indie movie. Joseph Kahn's done great stuff. He did like what was it? He did like that one called Detention. I think he did Mayhem, or was that Joe Lynch? I'm not sure. Anyway, but we get one screening. No, we got two screenings.
We got two. Yeah, we get Saturday and then Wednesday.
Yeah. Anyway, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's hard. I'm scared of movies that we're gonna miss.
You are like one of the most mofo people I know. Not mofo, FOMO.
Yeah.
So I can imagine it's going to be torture deciding between different things here.
I am gonna struggle. Like, there's movies that like you see, it's like a Thursday afternoon movie, and it's just like, why? It's just like I just need to get it out. I need to get it out in the open. I need to settle in before I even see the movie. But yeah, Ick looks cool. I did not see Ick when I was going through the list.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's 85 movies. I mean, did you count how many movies that you've ever seen in one event like Fantastic Fest?
No, I'm sure maybe I counted it like right after the festival, but then I forgot because it just kind of all blurs as one big experience,
Yeah.
And you see so many because I mean, I feel like you're used to maybe 2 movies in a day, but 2 movies in a day is the minimum here.
Yeah.
So you have an opportunity to see 5 per day.
Man. Yeah, and I think that might actually be my record. I think I did 5 movies in one day once, but that was a mix between a home viewing and a theatrical viewing. So just doing it straight in theaters like this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we got to train. Like, you don't think Joey Chestnut trains to eat hot dogs, but he does. Like, we're gonna need to do some kind of training. Like,
you think we should eat hot dogs?
I don't know. Just what kind of preparation does one do to try to cram in like as many movies as possible?
I think the object of the game is staying awake.
Staying awake.
So shout out to Alamo Drafthouse Chef. You do a great job, but I'm not gonna be buying any of your food, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna be running on like cranberries and mixed nuts and black coffee. Because it's like I said, it's a lot of you'll get your steps in. I'm sure standing around outside waiting for stuff to start, but it's a lot of movie theater sitting.
Yeah,
you can't order those nachos every time.
No, as much as you want to. And shout out to the Alamo chef too, because their Irish coffees are great.
There you go.
Theirs are really good.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. Do we bring like our own like pillow to sit on too? I mean, they got comfortable seats though, but like, what's the training that goes into the regiment?
I don't know. You need like theater pants.
And you just the theater pants, and which is really important in movies. You do that.
Yeah.
And do you have to carry around a swag bag? Is like they throw in swag?
I mean, yeah, because movies will be out there promoting their stuff, so there will be swag. Remember I got you that one shirt that one time from VHS?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They were just handing those out. I was like,
man, I love that Aussie shirt.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I mean, we're gonna kind of dovetail into like another movie that I'm excited about. It's technically another big premiere. We're getting the VHS Beyond premiere, which I think it's going to be showing on Shudder not too long afterwards. So this is like your only opportunity to see this in theater. And what's cool about this one is, this one I feel like I do have a little experience, because when you took me to the Pandy edition of Fantastic Fest, VHS was one of the films.
Oh, that's right.
We got in there.
And then we met the director right after.
Yeah, we met the directors there, and we were chatting, and you were like, you pulled up one of his like random films, and he was so psyched that you knew about it, right?
Oh yeah.
But I'm excited about this one, because I'm a mark there for VHS for sure. But this one is going to be about aliens.
Okay.
VHS Beyond. Like, they were doing the year themes, and I'm like, oh, what are they going to do now? Like, you can't go back. You can't do another 90s year. You can't do another 80s year. I thought maybe they do like 70s millimeter film thing, but no. They threw a curveball, and I swung. And I'm on base.
Well, I have not watched the trailer for this, so I'm going in super cold.
I did not see the trailer for it either, but one fun thing about this, well, there's going to be multiple fun things about this, is one of them is going to be directed by Justin Long. Mm-hmm. Justin Long, dude, he knocked people's socks off with Barbarian. Like, oh yeah, you forgot Justin Long, not just Jeepers Creepers, like having him in Barbarian, had him in what's Kevin Smith's The Walrus.
Right. What is that called? I forgot.
Yeah, Walrus.
I don't know. Why can't I remember the title?
Tusk. Yeah. But yeah, he's going to be directing one of them. But I believe the whole thing is be wrapped around aliens. Is I'm sure is going to be the rapper. We got. Oh no, that's not that Katie Seagal. That's a different Katie Seagal that's going to be in there. I'll give you the. Do you want the names of the shorts? Is that too much?
Sure. Yeah. I don't. I'm not worried about hearing the names of the shorts.
Okay, so one is called A Special Presentation, directed and written by Jay Cheel. One is called Stowaway, directed by Katie Seagal, not Katie Seagal, Married with Children. Dream Girl, directed by Virat Pal. Live and Let Dive, directed by Justin Martinez. Fur Babies, directed and written by Christian Long and Justin Long. And then Stork, directed by Jordan Downey.
Okay. These are all newbies. I haven't heard of most of them.
Yeah, because I don't think are any of these return players. I don't think they are.
I don't think so. No, I think they get new directors every film.
So we should be able to direct one of these eventually.
I don't see why we haven't already. Yeah, no. But it's pretty much like kind of even like a stepping stone for genre indie filmmakers, right? You run through the VHS. If you get a VHS segment, it's like, oh, because is this part 8?
7.
7?
Yep.
And like this started as like the first VHS played at Sundance. It was like that kind of a film. But it's sort of like after that sort of like prestige showing, it kind of morphed into this recurring thing at all these like Fantastic Fests.
And that's great. I mean, and we're being very protective of physical media, so I think this is putting it in the zeitgeist of adding some street cred, if you will, on top of that. And then again, it's having it play at festivals like this.
Well, it's the innovation of the whole found footage kind of genre.
Right.
That's like what they're doing every year, like taking bigger swings at the found footage, which is a thing that like you could maybe kind of ran its course for a little bit, but they're always coming up with new ways to strike at that.
Yeah, because I feel like you're right that it kind of ran its course because I think people started using it as the gimmick instead of just using it as a storytelling device. And
Right.
I'm going to use this as an advantage to really give props to the movie that's not playing here, but you told me about it, and it was great. And Strange Darling, and it just kind of hit me that it's just like...
It played last year.
Yeah, oh, it played last year here, right?
Yeah.
The way you structure a film or how you shoot a film could be the storytelling device, not just a gimmick of like, hey, come see this.
Yeah.
Because it's now it's found footage at a party, found footage at an Arby's, right?
Right.
So I think it's still, I don't think as a genre it should ever go away.
Yeah.
I think people just need to come up with creative ways of doing it.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to go away because everyone has a camera now in their pocket.
Yeah, exactly. So everything is technically found footage.
Everything is found footage.
You pick up someone's phone and you found some footage.
Right.
But yeah, I'm psyched, and I think there's going to be a good chance that Justin Long is going to be there. So I think
I think he's an Austin guy, so maybe he'll definitely be there.
yeah. So
I'm pretty sure I've seen him around town. Yeah.
Nice.
Why not? Give us more VHS. We need it.
Let's keep it going and call us because we can 100% get one in the can for you.
Yeah.
Quickly.
I don't know. Like they're doing I'm very excited. I love The Guest. You seen The Guest?
No, I came across this one and I had no idea about the director until you pointed it out.
The Adam Wingard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love The Guest, and I have this theory. It's sort of entered my canon as a new Halloween classic.
Wait, so you already seen this?
The Guest?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing like a 4K restoration. It's like 10 years old.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, no. This is like 10 years old. This played at Fantastic Fest probably 10 years ago.
Wow.
Great movie. If you haven't seen it, I mean, you'll check it out. If you want to see this one with a hot crowd, awesome. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a straightforward thriller, but it's got the Halloween vibes happening, and I think that this could enter folks' canon as a Halloween classic.
I love that. I mean, when you told me that, and I almost don't even want to know more as far as like why it's a Halloween classic, but all you had to say is like, this could be the movie that you watch every Halloween, and I'm in. I was like,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, we watch a lot of the same movies every Halloween, and we'll continue to do that, but it's always nice when you add another one into
Again, it's available on your favorite streamer at the moment. I own the digital copy. I don't own the 4K disc yet, but I'll probably get that. It's one of my favorite Adam Wingard movies. I think I prefer it. A lot of people love as well. But when you watch it, you'll get it. It's just a movie that just doesn't get made anymore about a straightforward thriller that does not. It has some swerves, but once things get going, it's just like, no, this is this only, just this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, I'm in. I definitely, and I think it's going to fall into the film guy that we'll be able to catch a screening of it.
Let's see, when does it play now? This is there's only one screening on Monday. Okay.
Oh, okay, but it's Monday.
All right.
I feel like there's a good shot of Monday, because you kind of said this festival plays a little bit, kind of in two parts, right?
Right.
They'll have a lot of stuff in the front, and then they give you another shot at some of those in the back.
Right, and then so by the second half, everything's sort of premiered, and it's like, oh, you'll hear about stuff. It's like, I didn't see that, and people be saying it's good, or I saw that, and it wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. So you sort of get a second crack at the program.
I know, like, because, like, do you want to see, the life and death of Christopher Lee? I was like, I kind of do, because I have a feeling that Darcy, the mail girl, is going to want to go see the life and death of Christopher Lee.
Is that a documentary?
That's a documentary that's going to be there, yeah.
What about Children of the Wicker Man?
See, that's what I mean.
That's
man.
another one. It's like, I didn't even know that. I just seen this those time.
Yeah, there's gonna be some hard choices to be made. What one of our buddy Scott used to say: happiness problems. Mm-hmm. Happiness problems. Here's another one that I'm kind of looking forward to, and you said something earlier about it, and I didn't realize that it did this to you. But we are getting the 10-year anniversary screening of The Babadook.
Oh, right.
What did you say earlier? When I was talking about the Babadook, it's like it makes you feel unsettled or something.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
The Babadook makes me uncomfortable.
the Babadook, like, because the thing about the Babadook is we have these like periods, these eras, if you will, of horror movies, and I feel like the Babadook started a new era, and everyone's like, it's a new kind of horror movie. It's called the Babadook. But I don't know what era it started exactly, but I know everybody always kicks it off.
It's like, I feel like it's sprung from that sort of memey, creepypasta kind of thing.
Yeah, yes.
That's like a story about a ghost monster thing.
Slender Man, Backroom, Babadook.
Will come get you. But it's like wrapped up in this whole story of a mom who can't control her kid, and you don't know what's going on here. It's like, what am I actually seeing here? Is this a horror movie, or is this somebody from social services explaining what happened? You know what I mean? But like, it's just not. It's to me, it makes me uncomfortable. I'm not going to go to the Babadook.
No.
No.
That little kid screaming is very unsettling.
Yes.
When he's doing that screaming
Yeah.
part. That is.
Yeah.
And I went through a stage, when my son was a little bit younger, that I was like, this is cool. Let's, like, every month it seems like we're getting a cool horror movie that can kind of like get him going and watching these.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it was working good. We watched The Boy, it was going good. We watched Krampus. I'm like, all right, we're kind of on a roll. We did the Babadook, and the thing when we did the Babadook is that once, and I won't go into it, the one scene with the dog, and they broke the cardinal rule, like you don't want the kid or the dog, and they broke that, and man, it just like he looked at me, and like a tear came down his eye, and I'm like, oh man, I'm a horrible dad.
Oh, yeah.
I screwed up. Yeah. I had no idea. I didn't know what I was getting into.
Yeah. You can't do that.
They just kind of looked, and it's just like, what did you just make us watch? I'm like, it's the Babadook.
Yeah.
But it had that scene, so
it's not. Yeah, well, whatever. It's got its following or whatever, and
it does. It still has a big following.
And it's got a big sort of meme presence. Just the figure itself, but the movie itself is unsettling, to say the least.
To say the least.
Yeah.
But it's the 10-year anniversary, man. So
yeah,
we're still
we'll be
talking
there for
about
Babadook's birthday. Get some cake, some Babadook cake.
Some Babadook cake.
I think that would be great. But that's
how about we just go see the Mac and Me special screening instead?
That's for what is it? You said in retrospective of Scott Wampler.
Yeah, exactly.
Journalist that passed away. That would probably be a teary-eyed screening.
Yeah.
I heard they renamed one of the theaters after Scott Wampler.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
I think he was a big. I never met him. I'd seen him around at like screenings and stuff, and he probably hosted something we'd been to, but it just never made that connection. But
I had no idea that he was a local.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like the only thing I know Mac is me is Paul Rudd always showing it as a Conan clip.
Right.
That's all I ever knew of. Like I don't even know if I ever saw it straight through. We were talking about this with Geek Commander, but he loved it.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Babadook or Mac and Me, I'm not sure. I'll definitely not see Babadook. Hey, do you know comedian Doug Benson? You're probably going to meet him. He's always there at the festival. He's got a spot. He's doing a live show. So
is that the VHS Circus?
No, it's called the Doug Benson Interruption.
Oh no,
it's right here. So he's gonna be doing something. He's been like a staple of the festival. He's always there. He loves coming and enjoying the films. I remember he had a film. He did the Super High Me after.
Oh yes, I remember Super High Me.
That played at Fantastic Fest. I remember it was an all smoking screening.
Oh, that's great. You got to see that one?
Yeah.
You got to be there live?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Everybody walking out with their contact high.
Yeah.
That's
now,
awesome.
Look, we've been going over this for like almost an hour and a half, and it's like we still haven't even
we just scratched
the surface.
We just scratched the surface. Oh, yeah, because I was talking about earlier what I thought you were talking about with Doug Benson, and we were talking about found footage. It's actually called, we thought this was The Party, and maybe it is The Party, but it's also a screening. It's called Found Footage Festival's VHS Circus. You saw this? So it's ringleader Joe Pickett from The Onion and Nick Pruer from Late Show are back with an all-new live show. So I'm assuming they're going to be on stage featuring their latest and greatest VHS finds, including an instructional video about putting on clown makeup, highlights from a 1991 Cabbage Patch Kids convention, and pig training tape called Hagen. So, dude, this sounds great. It sounds like it's going to be...
This is part of the closing night, so I think
it is?
Yeah. It's Thursday closing night.
So it sounds like it's going to be a little bit, what do they call it? Master Pancake, right? Or a quote along. They're going to be on the stage.
I have no idea what this is, to be honest.
Yeah,
so I don't know anything about it.
I think it's a live show with showing clips. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a mixtape, sort of like what we talked about doing.
I know there's I've heard of the Found Footage Festival, but I've never heard of the show. But yeah, that looks dope.
Yeah. So, let's see. Oh, I was talking about Babadook, and it kicked off an error, but we don't know what that error is that it kicked off. But it's Creepypasta Mimi error.
Christy Papa Mimi. You should can those and sell them.
So we have. There was one more that you had on your list that you want to talk about. Memoir of a Snail.
Oh yeah, I do want to see Memoir of a Snail. I don't know exactly what, but this has been playing in the other Fantastic festivals. Like there's like a global chain of Fantastic Fests that are all connected. But apparently this has been getting reviews. Memoirs of a Snail. I'm a big mark for Marcel the Snail with Shoes On.
Oh yeah, that one did really well.
Did you see that?
No, I did not see it. But I heard great things about it though.
Oh well, you should watch Marcel. Well, no, just wait for Memoirs of a Snail, and then maybe you can watch Marcel after. But I'm into it. I don't think I need to give the breakdown here. It's a stop motion animation.
It looks beautiful, man. I love stop motion, man. It's just, to me, it's still it's very whimsical, and it brings you back to a different time.
Yeah.
Right. And when you recreate it right, it truly does somehow make it timeless in a weird way. I mean, I know we're used to like the Rudolph and the Frosties and stuff around the holiday time, but like, I think with a lot of the newer stuff, I think it's just going to make this stuff really hold up really well.
Yeah. What's up, Kraylax?
Kraylax, yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, there he is. So I quoted you when you were talking. What did we quote him on earlier? We were talking about. We were to Art the Clown. I took your quote of just like Art the Clown is scary because he'll run into him at a Denny's at 2 a.m. and he'll order steak and lick the plate. I was like, that always stuck with me. Like, that should be at the bottom of a poster. But yeah, I guess art house horror, elevated horror.
Elevated horror just means the critics saw it and liked it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's pretty much all that means.
That's right. The Babadook got the shout out in Screen 5 from Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of like, oh, okay, so it kicked off the era. I gotta talk about this one, man. Because this one really was a little bit of a head scratcher and enough. Jenna Ortega, genre actress. Oh, sorry, I get easily distracted. So this is again from our buddy Joe. They're showing a film that I believe was from 1969. No, earlier 60s. The incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became mixed up zombies. Dude, what is that?
Well, what's the description? I'm trying to find it on the schedule here.
Oh, I just had, sorry, and I had it pulled up. So it was from 1964. It's considered an American monster movie produced and directed by Ray Dennis Steckler. In the film, three friends visit a carnival. I guess that's the vibe. Here I am again, taking us to a scary carnival.
Well, I mean, it's carnival vibe for the festival.
Three friends visit a carnival and stumble upon a group of occultists and disfigured monsters produced on a $38,000 budget. Much of it takes place at the Pike Amusement Park in Long Branch Beach, California, which resembles Brooklyn's Coney Island. I guess we found my flavor.
So you're just going to watch every New York movie? Is that what's going on?
But this one's supposed to be Cali, and it was billed as the first monster musical, beating out The Horror of Party Beach a mere month in release date. But here's the thing that really got my attention on this, and shout out to Joe. This is like a 16 millimeter that they found and they restored. We're talking about zombies, and didn't we feel like the Night of the Living Dead is what launched zombies, but this was almost 7 years earlier, and we got zombies right in the title.
Well, I mean, zombies existed. They were just different. I think Night of the Living Dead launched the flesh-eating zombie sort of genre the way we know it now. Before then, it was just like all voodoo zombies. But zombies still existed.
Okay, yeah, and maybe that's what it is because it's a cultist. So I guess
Yeah.
a cultist, they're going to put them in kind of a zombie trip.
You know, they got that powder down somewhere. I don't know where, like in Serpent and the Rainbow. That powder turns you into a zombie.
Don't let them bury me. I'm not dead.
That's how it used to be. Before we got the Romero flesh-eating.
The different kind.
Right. Slow-walking zombies. These were voodoo zombies.
You know what's going to be great about this? This is going to be our Sunday brunch movie. It's only got one screening, Sunday, September 22nd at 11 a.m. It's called A Daytime Trip to the Carnival Turns, well, incredibly strange. The new film restoration by Severin Films, and that's from America Genre Film Archive. So, first monster musical. So I'm really curious. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I've heard of it, and I've seen the title somewhere, but I didn't, I've never seen it or knew what it was. I heard it.
I kind of got pulled into the poster. The artwork kind of got me a little bit. I noticed that you and I are still creatures of the renting a movie era, where this is the first time in a while that the posters are pulling me in. I'm getting pulled where you don't, like when you're scrolling through Netflix, there's too much mixing, and any streaming service really, there's too much mixing up, and it mixes with shows and stuff you already know. Where I like when you're going through and you find these weird hidden gems. Like, you'll never forget that moment when you saw that Scanner's box right there on the shelf.
And stop trying to feed me stuff you think I might like. Just have the genres separated by title and you know, whatever. And just the basics. Don't be like, oh, how you like this? How about this? I don't need that.
Yeah, stop trying to learn.
I don't want to get a curated feed from an algorithm.
No.
I can just pick. I'll just look at the posters till I pick something.
Yeah,
also don't shoot trailers at me.
Yeah, they give you no choice sometimes.
Like super loud. Netflix just shoots the trailer at you.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. And I feel like I've come a long ways that you're kind of thinking it as well. I'd rather the curation be a complete surprise, and maybe that's because we kind of grew up on cable. So it doesn't. HBO's never said, "Oh, you like this? You might like this too," right? No. HBO's like, "We're going to show you Summer School, and then we're going to show you Faces of Death. Yeah. Deal with it."
Exactly.
That's what I want.
This is what we got. But you know, shout out to like people who do program cable streams. They do curate it. They take what they've got. You know what I mean? They do subtle things, right? If they have Clerks on their list that month, they're going to play Clerks and Clerks 2 back to back.
Yeah.
Because if you're watching Clerks, you'll probably stick around for Clerks 2.
You will.
Yeah.
100%.
So shout out to that. And like whatever they've got going, they try to do little programming with that. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I do like that. So, shout out to Shudder, because I feel like their curation works really well. They've been booking that.
Yeah, I guarantee you a good percentage of these movies will end up on Shudder as well.
On Shudder?
Yeah.
Which is I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
And shout out to AMC giving away, I told you that earlier, we're going to get, on Fright Fest, we're going to get Friday the 13th 1 and 2 on the last drive-in. Wow. Man, talk about peanut butter and chocolate, two great tastes that taste great together.
Yeah.
I just totally want the history lesson on that, because these are like, you know, talking about genre films, festivals like this one was a watershed moment in the sense of not only the slasher, but like the lawsuit that we're still dealing with. This really starts right in the middle of Friday the 13th and Friday the 13th Part 2. Bam, right in the middle of just like those rights, because they're, you know, the whole Jason's here, but the story of Friday the 13th is here.
Yeah.
And I want that Joe Bob retrospective. I would love to have him jump in one of these movies and pause the movie and just talk live on stage.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody will be doing that, but no.
Yeah, that would be good. Oh, yeah, Zero Cool or Acid Burn hacked into the cable station to cure it. Acid Burn, shout out Zero Cool, hacked planet. Yeah, dude, and like you said, we've been talking about Fantastic Fest for almost an hour and a half, and there's still a ton of movies. The schedule just dropped today, but there's a couple other ones.
I'm just going through the images I pulled here. We haven't talked about this yet. This will definitely definitely going to try and catch this is Frankie Frico.
Frankie Frico.
The
Yes. How can we
follow-up
not have talked about
from,
Frankie Frico?
Director, what is director's name here? Michael Langen, who did Psycho Gorman.
Yeah, PG.
Yeah. Sort of like, it's I loved Psycho Gorman because it was just that I mean, the tone of the movie was so odd and like kind of, and also just kind of unsettling, but just like that whole throwback to like interacting with practical effects. You know what I mean? Just a practical effects monster, and it looks like this is going back to the sort of the miniature monster, the gremlins, the ghoulies.
That's the vibe you're getting, right?
The critters.
Although that picture there, I'm getting Garbage Pail Kid, but that same vibe, man.
After the success of Gremlins, the marketer for movies about weird little guys was booming. Full Moon Pictures. Oh wait, no, that's giving us the whole breakdown. It's 1991. Vanilla yuppie Connor Sweeney is perfectly content with his humdrum job and home life. When his comically attractive wife challenges his worldview, Connor becomes entranced by an infomercial about Frankie Frico, a rock and roll goblin that promises to turn your life upside down. I don't know.
You had me at Rock and Roll Goblin.
Rock and Roll Goblins is already a movie. So I'm in for Frankie Frico. This is premiere. This is the midnight movie on Sunday and Thursday. Oh,
really?
Yeah. So that'll be
Okay.
Sunday's gonna have to be the time to catch it.
What's the pro move on how many midnight movies you do in a week? Because I got to be honest with you, I'm still recovering from Joe Bob's Night Marathon, which was dusk till dawn. I'm still recovering. I feel like I never caught up.
I mean the scuttlebutt is, or the premise is, it's like, do you want to see the movie? Do you want to stay up till midnight to see that movie?
Yeah.
You get one screen on Sunday for the premiere, and then so this might be a hard one to catch. And then we got 3 screens on Thursday, which is also the closing night. So
yeah, dude, that's the thing, and we're just
I don't know. We might Frankie Frico is going to be a hard ticket to get. Maybe we can get to we'll get into the 8 a.m. for that.
You know, and we're just talking about the movies where there's other events. Like, you told me about this, and I didn't even know this existed, and apparently it's happening again this year. What's it called? The critics boxing?
The debates.
The debates.
Yeah, the fantastic debates.
The fantastic debates, that's it. So they literally going to be bussing people over to the gym.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's gonna be film critics literally fighting over the films.
Oh.
So I think the general makeup is you have 2 folks sort of debating, civilized with words over a film topic, and then after that they box.
That's wild. And it's like a shoot box too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're hitting you. I mean, are the gloves maybe they're just a little bit bigger?
I've never actually gone to the boxing. I've never shuttled. I mean, they're shuttling everybody over to the boxing gym, so we'll see how that. I'm wondering if we're going to get a match from Zoe Bell, because she's going to be there as a judge.
She is?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if you want to fight.
Zoe Bell is one of the film judges this year.
That's awesome. I'm all over that. And then we have what day of the week is September 21st? Before September 21st is Saturday night.
Uh-huh.
That's the Ebony and Ivory Duet Roulette. In celebration of the premiere of Ebony and Ivory, Fantastic Fest presents a night of duet roulette. Sign up as a duo or on your own, and we'll pair you with another belter so you can take a spin on our wheel of duets.
Duet karaoke.
Yeah, whatever it lands on the duet stage, sing. Chaos reigns. Crowd favorite of the night wins a prize. Like, okay. I feel like we duet roulette all the time. Anytime we do karaoke. Like, should we go? I think that there's going to be some choices we got to make till we see the film.
There's hard choices they have to be made.
Then there's another event that I was going to... Oh, Clown Town. Louisiana Purchase presents Clown Town. A bloody good carnival drag show curated by our favorite star, Louisiana Purchase. That's their name.
There's going to be a few podcast recordings.
Yeah, I did see some live podcasts are going to be there too.
Yeah. I think KingCast is going to be, or the new version of KingCast is going to be there.
Mike said it looks like Frankie Frico called into the show.
Yeah.
It does look like...
I wish we could watch that trailer.
I know.
on the show here.
Yeah, we
But-
get booted, right?
Yeah, we'll get booted if we do anything like that.
Oh, man. No, I'd like Frankie Freak or Zoe Bell calling the show if you're listening.
Yeah, Zoe Bell.
So here's another one I was going to ask you about. And Mike, I think you'd be a good one on this opinion. It looks like it's going to be a documentary. It's called The Spirit of Halloween Town. You know, my friend of the show, our nephew, RJ, he's a huge mark for Halloween Town.
What is Halloween Town?
So Halloween Town was a youthful horror light film.
Is this a sequel?
No, this looks like it's the documentary. So it's the town where they filmed Halloween Town in the 90s. And after it became a surprise hit and now a cult classic, the town decided to capitalize on it and started on the roll and invites tourists to celebrate the film and Halloween with them every year. So it's kind of like what Salem did, except Salem unalived a bunch of women that they said was witches. Where Halloween Town, they're like, just come pumpkin picking with us in Halloween Town. We're horror light. They've always been horror light. You're not going to run into Art the Clown at Halloween Town. It's horror light.
I don't know anything about that. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a documentary that they're going to be shooting, so I guess they're going to just go to the town and see how they leaned into it. So I'm curious.
They usually have a really good selection of documentaries. Fantastic Festival.
Yeah, that's what I was looking through. Is like the life and death of Christopher Lee, the Halloween Town one. There was another documentary that I was interested. The Chainsaw one.
Right.
So the Chainsaw documentary. Where is that? I don't think I pulled it up here. Not Chains Will Be Singing. There's one called Chainsaws Will Be Singing. Oh, Chain Reactions. That's it. Chain Reactions.
And that's about Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, 50 years after Tobe Hooper's Texas Chainsaw Massacre shocked the world and forever changed the face of global cinema and pop culture, Chain Reaction charts the film's profound impact and lasting influence on 5 great artists: Patton Oswalt, Takeshi Maki, Alexander Heller, Nicholas, Stephen King, and Karine Kusama. So I'm assuming that they're going to be interviewing those 5 and just talking about how Texas Chainsaw Massacre influenced them. And I just feel like they got to see. I mean, do you not be in Texas 20 minutes south of where they filmed it and see a documentary about it? Now it's 103 minutes. We can see it Friday.
What do you not know about Chainsaw Massacre at this point?
Okay, I'll give you one thing. How did it influence Patton Oswalt? That's the only thing. Stephen King? Okay, yeah, I can see that. But Patton Oswalt?
Well, he's a big movie guy. In another
He's a huge
in another
movie guy.
life, he'd have been a great film critic.
Yeah, that's true.
If you read his book, what's it called? Silver Screen Frankenstein or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, he just talks all about. It's just all about film criticism.
Yeah, I know he's a big film guy because remember that? I don't even know if they do that gimmick anymore. It was like the 7-second film. They would just every day they would make a 7-second movie.
Are you talking about Vine?
No, it felt like Vine, but no, that was the whole gimmick. Was just like they have a title and they'd shoot a 7-second movie, and every day they would do a new movie. And they got Patton Oswalt to be in one of them.
Wow, no,
I think we should find that. I think we can probably play that, right? It's just another YouTube video.
I don't know.
Mike, are you aware of this? Help me out. I only heard about it like 10 years ago. It's like 7-second movie. Sorry, I hate when we're typing, but it happens.
You just have to keep talking.
It's got to be still there, right? Yeah, and they have like different movies. Late for Works, 5-second films. Not
5-second films.
Yeah, 5-second films. It's great. It's literally every day. Oh, it doesn't look like 8. It looks like 8 months ago was. Oh no, 11 hours ago. Chess Cheater was 5 seconds long.
Oh, so they still put them out.
Yeah, they're still putting them out. Dude, this is a rabbit hole, man. It'll just send you, and every movie is just 5 seconds.
All right, no, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
It is a huge rabbit hole.
How did we even get to this? What does this
Because
have to do with?
Patton Oswalt was in a 5-second film.
Okay, so what does it have to do with the Chainsaw Massacre?
Well, no, you were saying that he's a fan of film, and I'm just
right.
yeah, I can see that because these guys are filmmakers. Like, okay, the challenge was let's make this 5 seconds, so maybe he does stuff. But that was comedy. How did Texas Chainsaw Massacre influence Patton Oswalt?
I mean, it's one of the most influential horror movies of all time.
Yeah.
So if you're a film person, surely it's affected you in some way.
Yeah.
And you probably hated it at first.
Has he ever done a horror movie?
He was in Blade.
Oh yeah, he was in Blade. Freaks of Nature. Dude Bro Party Massacre 3? Oh, he was in The Circle. Like, is that horror?
I have no idea what The Circle is.
Oh, with Tom Hanks? That was on Netflix?
I never saw it.
Again, okay. And that's why I'm curious. But you're right. I mean, are they going to say anything new about Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd probably up for seeing it, but that's the thing is, you're going to decide on that morning.
That's going to be tough.
You decide
right?
on the day. Like you could plan it out as much as you want, but I guarantee you, your plans will be thwarted. You plan Fantastic Fest laughs because you're not going to get everything you want to see.
No, yeah, I think you're right.
But sure, I think a Texas Chainsaw Massacre documentary would be very relaxing. It's my favorite thing to watch the documentaries on
right? Yeah, we talked about how
Shudder.
the Shudder relax.
Yeah.
I think this event came up on the heels of the yearly Twilight Festival in Forks. Oh, yeah. So when he was talking about Halloween Town, that in Forks, Washington for Twilight, I was so close to actually driving down that way. I chose to go see the Goonie Rocks instead. But he's just kind of like leaning into that, like a town. Salem, obviously, is a big one that does it. And I'm kind of surprised that they literally took the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house and just kind of moved it away. It's like 2 hours from us, but it's a restaurant now. We did go see the gas station there.
Yeah.
That they used for that shooting. But anyway, yeah. Quite the rabbit hole. Speaking of horror movies, though, there was that one I forgot to put on our list. Well, I think there's multiple ones. The Taiwanese horror movie that looked good, that had the Beetlejuice vibes, right? It was called Dead Talents Society. Did you read about that one?
Just what you were showing me earlier.
Yeah. Being dead is no picnic. In fact, ghosts face a perpetual competitive struggle to become scary or risk permanent disintegration. Most successful ghosts gain celebrity and status in the underworld, compete for annual ghosting awards, and are hosted on late-night talk shows.
Yeah, I mean, the premise sounds awesome.
Yeah.
When is that playing?
That is playing... Actually, we get multiples. That's playing Friday afternoon and Tuesday night at 11:45 p.m. So we'll get a couple swings at it. It is in Mandarin, so...
Oh, you're going to see more subtitled movies at this event than you've seen in the last 5 years.
Oh, man. Apparently this, I don't want to, I guess I'll say his name. I'm probably saying it wrong. Gingle Wang is the star of 2021's Till We Meet Again returns to Fantastic Fest with another freewheeling supernatural horror comedy from Taiwanese irreverent genre scene. Did not know that. So it's going to be one of those movies like what opportunity would you ever get to see Taiwanese supernatural horror comedy?
Yeah. There's going to be, like, again, there'll be stuff you'll see and you'll never hear about it again.
Yeah.
Until it comes up on Tubi 5 years from now. Or it gets remade in an American version. It's like, I feel like I saw this in Mandarin a long time ago.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. We're like, so this time, 2 weeks, we will be prepping for crashing the red carpet. I'm gonna try to be on my best behavior. Well, whatever that means.
Yeah.
I just mean I'm not gonna try to mark out. I'm gonna try not to mark out too much.
Can mark out your journalist now.
Yeah, you got to put the journalist hat on there too, and plus. Chris Jericho will be there, and if you mark out, he's gonna look at this mark over here.
But anyway, like we'll be doing some live drops throughout the fest. Let you know what we have seen, what we're watching, what we're gonna see.
Yeah, so please definitely do your best to like, follow, share this, and just to get people to follow on our channel because, like you said, live drops. Shorts. We're gonna grab something on the phone. We're gonna do whatever we can. We're gonna edit some stuff.
We're gonna get that Halle Berry interview in the can. Night 1. We'll drop that. Day 2. We'll see. We'll be on the red carpet. They gave us credentials. I'm not sure if that was a good idea.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
But we're gonna be right there next to Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah, just right there next to E.T. I never thought it'd be next to E.T., but here we are. Halle baby. Yep, favorite flavor of berry. All right, man. I say we tap. That's good. That's an hour and 40 talking about a preview of none of these movies that we've even seen yet. So I know that's very telling. I'm super psyched for this event. I'm glad we're going to officially make this happen and we're crashing it together now as broadcast journalists.
That's exactly right. I got my tiny fedora with the press logo on it. We'll be there.
Perfect. So yeah, so we will be dark next week. We'll be traveling, but we'll be back the week after for all the festivities. So don't forget to like, follow, share with your friends. Let them know. If you're not going to be at Fantastic Fest, the next best thing is to hear us talk about it.
And check our shorts and our TikTok. Jeff will be on the mobile device,
right, yeah.
dropping shorts.
All them socials, we're going to juice them up too. So, all right. We will see you on the red carpet.